But why wasn't it like this with Peter the Great?
I don't know.
What is the difference?
I think it definitely means whatever everybody can make of it. My intention was to make an enactment of the monument. It's kind of a reconstruction of the image of Lenin. It's not about annihilating this one. That's why it doesn't have any direct impact or agency on the initial monument. It's more like creating a double of the monument that is also opening up somehow the perspectives.
Have you any idea what's the message sent this girl on the top?
What the message was?
What's the message she sent?
Well, honestly, it was a technical choice because it's easier. The girls are lighter to lift, so it was a technical choice from that we discussed with the acrobats. But of course, I don't see why it couldn't be a girl.
But you are as an artist. Which idea she said?
Well, I think it says that it doesn't really matter how you try to reclaim or resurrect some ideas of Lenin. That it can also be a woman who can bring some of those ideas back.
But is it a resurrection of ideas of Lenin?
I think, in a way, I think there was all this talk also now about the body of Lenin in the mausoleum, and of course he's such an important figure and such a respected figure. But I think the way he is perceived or what he stands for is also very layered. So yes, in a way, I think it's also, let's say, a metaphorical attempt to resurrect.
That nobody disturb you. No.
Actually, I did see something posted online. A friend of mine drew attention on some kind of a petition that was meant to stop the action. But I think the way I try to work is that I don't produce something. I don't think of this as offensive for anybody. You know, in a way, I think it's something that everybody can look at in different ways, and maybe there will be some friction or maybe not. But my opinion is that it shouldn't cause an outrage. So I think, in a way, this is also part of the quality of the work that I try to make. So that it's also ambivalent, and it's not so easy to attack. Hopefully, soft power as a concept it means that somehow you try to gather allies or like to convince people or something, or like but by being attractive, by not by persuading them with the force or violently or by bribing them, or it's a power to attract sympathy, let's say, or whatever. And of course it's a controversial concept because it's also being used in this neoliberal capitalist system, but I think it's also something that you can appropriate and reuse as all interesting or maybe strong strategies. Some people are part of a cheerleading group, like a sports group. Some people were performers that I worked with before for 2 other actions here. And the people from the production of Manifesta, they helped me when I was here first a couple of months ago for research. They arranged some meetings with these people. We talked about it, about what the action and what it would be interesting to happen and how. And so, yeah, they agreed to be part of it. And very short.
But you know, I think that one of the questions with Alexandra project, but also in general with Manifesta, is that there is certain unwillingness to be politically active today in Russia. You know, there is skepticism towards being politically active. And our question dealing with art, but also in being interested in politics, is can art become some kind of a platform where you rethink your political engagement, your political position, but in a very sophisticated way, you know? So I guess this, what Alexandra is doing with Lenin Monument, but also with Catherine the Great and Peter the Great, is also, and other projects of the public program, try to challenge the sophisticated way of politicization in Russia.
And I'm also more interested in opening up discussions rather than, producing something that would trigger a very clear reaction. And, because I think it's also, it can be easy. Well, it's not at all easy, but yes, as a sign, it's easy to play something that would immediately, cause some sort of a very violent or strong reaction. And I'm more interested in creating a space for dialogue, one that is ambiguous, and then you can talk about it, or you have opinions about it, but you don't immediately draw a conclusion.